So I was out and about the other day and I got a question. Hey, what kind of bag is that? So I figured, what the hell? I'll show up, show you guys what kind of bag it is. So this is my everyday, basically, if I'm going somewhere and I'm going to have a wait or whatever, this is the bag that comes with me. It's a Wandered Duo. Fantastic freaking bag, plenty of pockets, EDC ready. Without further ado, let's get into what's happening in here. Long charge cord, in case I've got to charge something long, right there in the front. Because, tons of pockets are great, and long charge cords are awesome if you need them. So basically, if I'm going anywhere, this is the bag. I put my water bottle here, fits fantastic. This mesh makes it also breathable. Water just spills out if you have any condensation or whatever. Really nice. It's got a little top pocket here. Keep a pen in here, some lens wipes. It's got a key fastener, so you can hook your key that way. Even if this stays open, it doesn't bother it. A buddy of mine gave me a challenge coin. I keep that in there because I love the military cats. And I've got a few friends that are in the military. So shout out to Angel right now, because that coin came from Angel. You know who you are. All right, the big opening, and one thing I like about this bag is the big opening opens all the way, right? So if you don't want to open it all the way, like you're somewhere and you just want to open it a little, you have this nice gaping maw right here. It opens, just a little, but you have access all the way to everything, right? And not only that, but it opens all the way around to the back. And if I have something in the bottom that I just want to get, I can just open the bottom and get to whatever's there. So anyways, let's get to stuff in the bag. Pull this bad boy open. So, notebook, because you always got to have a notebook. Put some stuff down, what you're currently reading, which I haven't read a whole lot of this book, but, I'm reading it. Your headphones of choice for the day. What are these? Quiet Comfort 2s? 3s? I don't even know. With a cord and some connectors. Keep these charged, because you never know when you're going to run into needing them charged. This little thing is cool because this is actually, I believe, a camera bag. So if you collapse this is one of the camera bag protecting thingies. And it all Velcros in, and this thing collapses, and then you have a full access to the entire backpack. But that's not what I like to do. Because it's just a carry it around daytime bag for me, I like to have this thing inside of it. To make a nice little pocket for my battery backup. We are at 85%. But in case these run out of charge, in case my cell phone runs out of charge, I've always got this bad boy. Super helpful. And it's in the bottom. And it's held in normally by this thing if I put it in correctly, which I obviously did not. And then I can just access it from that side pocket like I showed you before. You know, and these things fold up and close if you need them to, and then you can get access. Folds up, closes. That, and then you unzip from the back, unhook, plug right in. You know what I mean? So with those camera dividers, you can keep this thing pretty snug at the bottom so it doesn't flop around. Now before I tore it out, I had it really well in there, and now it's not really well, so now it's going to flop around until I go back and figure it out again. It's got other pockets, this little mesh pocket on the side, these little holders here that I used to have a small flashlight in, but I've repurposed that flashlight for something else. Some glasses cleaner for the road, empty. More pocket, also empty. Now these are some toe warmers that actually are supposed to go in my other bag but still, I leave them in here because what if I have this bag and my car breaks down, it's the middle of winter, I'm wearing sneakers or whatever, you know, I might need some toe warmers to move around. And then you've got an area here for your laptop or tablet. And then another back panel, which goes all the way down to the bottom, in which I have the front strap. So these straps hook from here to here. And if you have a jacket or whatever, you can throw that right across there and it will hold in, and they go different. You can size it differently if you want. Make that. So I kind of like this. I'm actually using this on one of my other bags. One just like it. So this is my move around during the day. You know, if I'm going to a doctor's appointment or whatever, this is the bag that goes. And as you see, it packs really simple. It packs super simple. In fact, I can put that in there. And I have a pen already. I used to have a pen in there, but I don't anymore. Zip that up. You can even use it for travel because it's got a lot of pockets. It's super handy. You know, it's got a space through here so you can hang it on your luggage, you know. And it even has a little secret compartment down here that you can't get to if you need to hide something, you know, in a little cubby down here. I've seen people put their passports in there, that kind of thing, but, you know, it doesn't seal, so I wouldn't put my passport in there, but there is somewhere right there. There is a super secret zip line in here. And that's probably where I would put my passport, in the zipper, which that one is totally hidden. Nobody ever knows that one's there. You know, this side doesn't have one, just the one side. You know, but I also use this for my CCW too, because you can get in there really fast. And that's the duo. And then for those times where you need to spend more than a couple of hours away from home, same company, Wandered, this is the Provoke. Now this is an earlier version of the Provoke. I think this is maybe the V2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not absolutely sure. Again, same front zip, cord, charger. This one's a little better equipped because this bag is the grab for if you know you might not be coming home. This bag pretty much lives in my car because you never know. So it's got this little front pouch which comes off. It hooks on basically the way these things hook, except it's got them built in. And you can still shove stuff back here. You can shove a sweater, whatever. But this here is my kit for overnight stuff. Some deodorant, any meds I might need, toothbrush, toothpaste, some solid cologne, excuse me, not liquid, flossers, some cold shower, you know, in case you're away and you can't get to a shower, or you need to wipe your hands or whatever. You never know what kind of predicament you're going to end up in. So there's that. Let me put my road meds back. Again, you can shove anything in here. This one also has a side thing for water if you want, which zips open and becomes expandable. And again, the mesh, so if you have condensation or whatever, it comes out and it won't stay. But if you have something longer, like I think these bags are generally supposed to be photographer bags. So if you have a tripod or whatever, it can stick in here and through here and be strapped down. And it's not going anywhere. It's nice and strong. And this one, instead of the open zip, it has a small side zip that you can access the bottom, which I have various things in the bottom and a little zipper here so you can put more storage in the side case. It also has this little bottom zip area here where I keep a little garbage bag, you know, in case I have to do dirty clothes or whatever in my travels. This little garbage bag serves as my dirty clothes bag until I can go wash my clothes. And once that gets sat on for a while, it gets super flat, so you don't even notice that it's there. This one has a side pocket versus the other one, having the top pocket. In the side pocket, I keep my Nebo flashlight. Make it small. It's got bright, dim, disorient, and SOS. Back to bright, and then off. This is where I keep this thing. Again, it has a key hook that you can hook your keys to. All that's in the side pocket. Put the flashlight back. These straps magnetize together, which is kind of nice because they stay put. Top pouch. I've got a couple of snacks, some bars of some sort. These are peanut butter and dark chocolate bars. I've got Band-Aids in here, you know, for quick access. It's got this huge back panel, which is where your laptop goes, papers, concealed carry magazine. Not even sure what that is, but it's documents of some sort. But this is where your laptop is supposed to go. And then it straps over, seals in like that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then I think for the big one, you can just put files or whatever, but it's big enough where you can put a plate on there if you want. So, and the other one also, the Duo, you can also put a plate in the Duo. You know, it's sizable enough. But a lot of little pockets here. Pocket there. What do I have in here? I have gum and cleaning cloths and a mint, or some mints, plural. This one, nothing. So as opposed to the Duo having one long one, this one had two small ones. And then it's got like a pencil case down here, which is kind of nice. And That is not a pocket. So, and then this one here is basically what you get here. This top one goes in, and you get in there. And it's nice. It's fur lined, so if you want to put your glasses in there, whatever, it's not scratchy. You can pull this open to get to anything in there because there's another piece that folds over that can compartmentalize this thing. So this thing stays loaded, right? It stays loaded with, let's see, I've got a towel, my Umbro towel when I used to play ball back in the day, some soccer time, a pair of jeans, 2 t-shirts, 2 pairs of underwear. This is a med kit in case somebody gets hurt or whatever. You know, I've got basic meds, bits and pieces, you know. It's basically a put together med kit that I put together myself, which is kind of nice. It's a very nice bag. It's got all these storm protected zippers, you know, so nothing really gets wet. Cocoa butter, because why not? Gotta have some cocoa butter. You don't want to be lost in the world and be ashy. I mean, seriously. Most people have Leatherman. I have a Gerber. This thing is probably older than most of you watching. My dad gave me this. I want to say I'm 55 now. I had to be like 20 or something when my dad passed this on to me. And he gave all of us one. My brothers, I believe, have also. So, Dad's a real one. And this is a charger. If you're traveling and you're wherever you are, this is my charger. But it's not just a charger because I also have a power bank in here. My headphones are in here. You saw the daily one had the over-the-ear headphones. This one just has some earbuds. It's got a smaller power bank. But this thing, so if I run this cable from the power bank out here and I plug it in there, then I can just lay my phone here and charge it, or lay my earbuds here and charge it, you know? So it is a charger also. And then I try to stage these things so they're available out the little hatch door on the side. These things are all at the bottom. The shirt goes up to the top. And then the pants. Now don't hate, again, I'm 6'8", 370, so my pants are bigger than yours. So they take a little effort to get into a small space. You guys could probably carry 9 changes of clothes in this thing. Whereas I get 1 pair of pants, 2 t-shirts, and 2 pairs of underwear. But the beauty of this bag is I would get that if this was a regular bag. This isn't a regular bag because this bad boy opens up and gives you way more room. You can't even probably see how deep that is because I don't have my camera up high enough. But I can now put even more in there. Roll this over once, roll it over twice, and I've got all this extra space from here, right? Up to here. So I can put in more changes of clothes. If something's happening and I need to go, like, you know, my brother calls and says, hey, blah, blah, blah. Or my cousin calls and says, I probably don't do this anymore because back in the day I was more all over the place. You know, when I was living in my truck, basically running across the country, delivering stuff, people would just call and say, hey, you know, why don't you so-and-so, so-and-so? And I'd be like, okay, I'll be there in 4 days, you know? And then I could just shove some stuff in this bag and go. But It's not what I do anymore. I'm settled now. I'm in one place, much to my chagrin. But hey, life changes and you change with it. So that's what this bag is. And I think it's amazing. I think both of the Wandered bags are great. I have a 511 Tactical that I was going to bring to this party, but it's stuffed full of some stuff. But next time, I'll bring on the 511 Tactical. It is a sling bag, not a backpack, so serves a different purpose, does a different thing. But I love that bag also. And I love both of my Wandereds. I love this one. I also used to have my foldable 4-inch AR set up in. And it took it. With the stuff that's in here, it also took the AR. So since then, that AR has gone away. So I am now currently looking for something else small that I can put in here, you know, as for a grab and go. But that's what that is. And like I said, this is my daily tote around. More to come. Thanks for paying attention.